An early morning pack. It is 9:10. 9:10. How about that? Early morning pack on a Wednesday. So welcome in. We are going to pack up 29 items, not quite 30. Actually, while I was pulling things, four items sold while I was pulling things. So we'll get to those four items last. A couple of them being good. But actually, this is a really good packing because it's, again, a mix of a lot of different brands that you need to be on the lookout for. So that's why I do these. Thanks for coming back as always. I appreciate you guys. Leave a comment below if you ever have any questions. But let's get to it. Let me open up the chat because I leave it open for questions and answers. Hopefully I can answer them. But let's get right into it. The first thing that I sold, actually I had two of these for sale. I actually had two of them in my winter storage. And I just listed them this week. They're Dixon flannels. I know a lot of you know it, but they're always new eyes. So apologize for always repeating myself, but they're always new eyes. Dixon's probably one of my favorite flannel brands to pick up. This and CC Filson. People always ask, what's your favorite this? What's your favorite that? Well, this is one of them. So if you're watching this, I appreciate it. But Dixon flannels, some of them can go for a really good amount of money, like over 100. Some of them go for less. This one went for 40, and I based it off of sold comps. So I've sold some for 80 before. That doesn't mean I'm just going to throw one up for 80. They all have a name on them. So this one is called the Brawler. So you can see the Brawler like the fighting. They all have a name on them, so they're super easy to look up. Ones I've had in the past are like Snap-on tools, different things like that. But this one is going out. It sold for $39.99. Again, buyer pays shipping. Good morning, Ever. Thanks for coming on in. We're just going over some packing stuff. We just started. But it sold for $39.99. Again, I pay $4.99 for all of my shirts and pants, $3.99 for shorts, $7.99 for blazers, which we're going to do, and $7.99 for jeans. So that's how much I pay for everything, so you have an idea. And buyer pays shipping. Again, always new eyes. And then I do everything from my thermal printer. Everything I use here, it's in my link tree. For example, my poly mailers, you can find those in my link tree. Thermal printer and links to auto posture if I talk about auto posture later to save money using auto posture. But that's going off to Jose. I always check my labels before I ship them because I've made a switcheroo too many times. Hope you guys are all doing well this morning. Ever, how are you? Any good sales? All right, next, Greg. These are Peter Millar chinos. So whenever I find these Peter Millar, what did I put on these? Crown chino. Yeah, so I usually put a crown chino and whatever blend it is, like a cotton blend or I'll put a nicer blend or whatever. But they're called 5-pocket chinos. So 5-pocket pants. You have this little pocket right here counts as a pocket. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-pocket chinos. And these sold for $31.39, which is an auto posture sale. And these are going to go out padded flat rate. So again, $4.99 and a $31.39, and they're going out flat rate. Now, for Peter Millar, the chinos like this don't do as well as golf pants. So if they were like the golf performance pants that are the polyester and nylon or whatever they are, those always do better. Polyester and spandex usually. Those always do better. But I still pick these up. So that's good. That's good with it. Wait. What do you mean new buys? Did I put new buys? New buys? These are all sold. If I put something in the title about new buys, I'll change it later. So these are all sold items. Did I say something about new buys? I'm sorry if I did. This I actually got for $3. So this is different. This is not an estate sale. And actually today I'm going to a bulk buy. Network. But I've sold this exact thing before. Big, heavy tweed Eddie Bauer with this leather collar. It's just a big trench coat. And I'll bring it up close so you can see. It's a really thick tweed wool. But I've sold this before. I know how much it went for. And they were asking $3 at a garage sale. I even took off the tag like last week when I listed it. Again, this goes to my winter, so I listed it this time of year. And I took a best offer of $59. So what I'm going to do is put this in an eBay box. I'll put it up here. But first I'm going to put it in a bag. So I'll bag it first. I just started selling 2 months ago, made about 600, still learning. Guess what? I'm always learning too. That's the great thing about it. I'm always learning. Yesterday I did a live thrift, and I learned a couple new things. I'm always learning new brands. That's the best part of it. So usually I come on with bolos and new brands to me sometimes. Like if I do packing videos or whatever, you'll probably see some new brands to you or something that you haven't picked up before here. But normally I don't pick up Eddie Bauer, but this one I do. These heavy tweed, anything that's like a heavy, nice tweed usually does well. J.Crew, Eddie Bauer, Harris Tweed, Brooks Brothers. I have another one coming up here in a minute. You said there are new buys at the amount you pay versus what you sell for. These are thrifted items or new. These are all thrifted. So sometimes I'll have retail. Sorry for the noise. Sometimes I'll have retail arbitrage items, which I don't have any here. These are not new buys. These are all going to be thrifted. This is, I think, the only garage sale item that was $3. So the rest of them are all thrifted at that price. So this is going to Massachusetts, the East Coast. I'm going to put a little, and also I've been using, I have these little eBay stickers from my eBay store. I don't have a link or anything. These are just from eBay. And I got them for free because, well, I use my link because I have a store on eBay. I'm just trying to get rid of them. I know I've talked about that with you guys before. Okay, thank you. Just making sure I didn't understand. Yes, no problem. I kept half for myself and have 3 teenagers and they steal from me. Yes, that's so the thing is, as long as you're putting some of that money back towards the business, that's what matters if I'm getting you right. And also, if you thrift stuff like Lululemon or whatever and your kids take it from you, save money's made money. You're not going out and spending, this is Lululemon right here. You're not going out and spending $80 on a sweater. You're spending $4. So you just saved yourself $75. So my wife steals a lot of my stuff. And my whole wardrobe's come from thrifting. Here's a FootJoy. I know I talk about not picking up FootJoy, but I still pick up these quarter zips. And I'll make myself clear about the FootJoys. The FootJoys I used to pick up, they just have been sitting, the polos. So unless it's a crazy print polo, I'm not picking them up for $5 anymore. I'm going to usually let them sit at the thrift store. But if I find other FootJoy like these or other jackets, I will usually pick these up. These are only $4.99. Sold it for $28.99. It's going out ground select. So true. I know. That's how it is. Let me see. I've listed a couple items on Poshmark as a test and sold 3 out of the 5 items within 3 weeks. I think your quality and pricing would do well on that platform. Actually, you're the first person I've actually mentioned this to outside of like my family and maybe one other person, 2 other people, but in the reselling world. But I am going to start Poshmark in the new year, and I'm going to also be able to work with Autoposture, and Autoposture's got something really great in the works. Let me put it this way. I turned Vindu down as far as working with them, if that gives you a clue. So yes, I'm going to start doing Poshmark in the new year. So count on that. And I appreciate that. I appreciate the advice of going to Poshmark. This year has definitely been a balancing year for me, as far as doing social media, which takes time, which I love to do, and then also figuring out my whole schedule and stuff, because it's my first full year of doing this full time, and I'm solo. I don't have any helpers as of yet. But yeah, that's awesome sales though. 3 out of 5 already. That's awesome. And earlier you started. Let me see. You started selling 2 months ago and made about 600. That's $600 you didn't have before. So that's like 2 nights at a hotel, depending where you go. Disney, it's maybe 1 night. But you know me, Polo Ralph Lauren. This is large gingham check. These large gingham checks sell even better than normal gingham check. Gingham check are just the little checks like white, red, or white, orange, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. They're not plaid. But this sold for $18.99, my normal, and it sold. It's going out ground, so that's how those are going out. Let's see, what's up, What's up, Charlie? I think you're gonna have increase in. Think you're gonna have to increase your inventory. The problem is, I need to increase my health. Honestly, I really like doing this, and my goal is not to be like a huge business and get a warehouse and have tons of people work for me. That's not my goal with this whole business. But I might have to get someone to take pictures and list for me so I can source. I literally have like 800 items still that I need. So my issue is not inventory. My issue is listing. That's my issue. But yes, I appreciate it. Have you ever heard of independent baggies? We happen to have a personal pair from the 80s, comes anywhere from 40 to 100. I listed for 79 bucks. No, I have independent baggies with a Z. Never heard of that brand. Is it from the 90s? Are those like skater jeans with the Z? It sounds like baggies. What's your percent of sales of clothing? Almost all, I would say 99%. 99 of 100 things I sell are clothing. The other are shoes. And then there's an other that's like that little slither you see in a pie graph. That's like watches or something like that, or an antique that I'm selling. This is a brand that you probably haven't seen before. Maybe you have. But when it comes to cycling gear, this is my favorite brand to pick up. So look for the Scorpion. The Scorpion does well. Obviously, Italian, pretty cool. It's got the Italian, the colors on it. But that's the name of the brand, Castille. I don't know how to pronounce it, but that's the name of it. Look for the Scorpion. It's funny, too, because people are always talking about hits. Look for the hit. I mean, I'm not old, but I've been doing this a long time. To me, it's always a logo or a graphic. But now I call it a hit because everyone else calls it a hit. It's new to me. All right, $27.69 is what that sold for. That's an auto posture sale. I know that because I don't list anything at 69 cents. So auto posture sent out an offer and someone took it automatically. And that's went out ground. Let's see. Listing with photos is my issue too. Yeah, so listing's my issue. Listing's not too bad for my phone. It's just taking the photos. I just need to spend more time taking photos and whatever. I need to be consistent. This week and last week, I've been my most consistent. I've done at least 15 items a day listing. So that's my goal, 15 to 30. That's how I started the year before I did social media, and I was on a roll, and then I started this, and it's changed. I hate listing. I know, right? Listing is probably my least favorite thing. Taking pictures is my least favorite thing. But I feel like I have an eye. If I were to hire like a neighbor or something, I'd want them to have that same eye to take pictures. Sorry if you're watching this and you just want to see brands. You can fast forward through some of this. You don't do collectibles, electronics. I have in the past. I love collectibles. I will do collectibles. And I used to only do collectibles. All I did were antiques and collectibles for 2001 until 2015. And then my dad quit running estate sales. So I'm like, where else can I make money? Clothing was the best thing because it's abundant. It's everywhere. It's a lot of nickel and diming. I was used to much bigger sales, but that's where I've gone to. As far as electronics, I don't, because I've had too many issues with people getting them. I know they work, and then they give them, they say they don't work. And in my mind, I feel like they're using a piece of it, or they're sending me one that didn't work. So I just don't even mess with electronics anymore, really, for the most part. So another Polo Ralph Lauren, don't need to talk about that. Just the stripes. Is that one 18? 1869. So that one was probably I promote these at 4%. So eBay might have taken their 4%. I'm not for sure. Need those winter coats today in Indy. It's cold. Paul, that's right. Paul with the Colts. Go Colts. Hey, by the way, did you hear that Jonathan Taylor's out for another like 3 weeks getting surgery? Dude can never get healthy. But yeah, it is cold. I had the sweatshirt on today, but I am wearing shorts. Boop. I am wearing shorts. I'm just used to be teaching PE. I would go to school. I'd get so hot and I get so cold, so I just wore shorts all the time and just sucked it up. All right. Next item is this Under Armour. Again, Under Armour polos. I'm starting to pass up more and more for $5. And the thrift stores have been pricing them up even at that. But they're always going to be a little bit behind, and it's okay. But this is an Under Armour button. See how it's like a quarter button? It's got these little metal snap buttons down here. You don't see these that often. Usually you get the quarter zips, which I just price them the exact same. But it's just like that same material as a polo, really thin, $19.99 plus shipping. So all these have been bread and butter so far. We'll get to the good so far. Let's get to the good stuff in a little bit. Let's see. That one sold $19.99. It's going to Keith, and it is going to Keith. Let's see. Streetwear, think MC Hammer. Not as baggy, almost pajamas. I got you ever. So yesterday I found a pair of, it might come out in a video. Probably will come out in a video because it took a video of it. But I think they're called Dada. Dada. They're definitely from the 90s. They're like that velour velvet look. I know exactly what you're talking about. There's that streetwear. Everything was baggy in the 90s, whether it be skating or not. One of these sales is a pair of South Pole jeans. So probably similar-ish type deal. All right, next item. After I answer your questions, I'm way too OCD, so I can't let my husband take pictures. Exactly, I can't. And that's part of it too. Like I want to be in complete control of my listings, how I do it, and my pictures, because I like, you guys know, like my Polo Ralph Lauren's that I sell. You guys know how I take the pictures. I mean, I just feel like I want to have that perfect eye, that perfect picture. You know, I know it's blurry there, but you know how I like the pictures. Anyways, not to say someone couldn't do that. We'll move on. I hate that form. I do too. Poor Jonathan Taylor. I found a cool Burr coat yesterday. Ooh, cool coat. How much did you pay for it? That's an awesome brand. I have actually, so we have a pair to pack up. Let's see. K-Way bet this week versus the Titans. No, he won't bet me because he knows the Titans aren't very good. He won't. He knows the Colts will probably win. Same, 2 OCD. Yeah, we're all that way, right? It is what it is. So, I actually found these at the bins, like Goodwill. Again, sometimes I don't understand. I mean, they probably have a reason. They do, I'm sure. Maybe overload, but brand new with tags. Polo Ralph Lauren lightweight rugby style hoodie. I paid, it's less than £1, so probably $1 for this, and it sold for $33.29. That's an auto posture sale right there. Let's see. Oh, $5.99 for that cool jacket, dude. You're gonna make so much money. You know my model with those. If I pay $5.99 and it's wintertime and everyone's asking $80 for them and they're selling for around $80. You know I'm asking $72.99 and having it sold by the weekend. You know me. With those big items like that, that's how I am. Don't do it, but that's just always my mindset. Always my mindset. All right, so we talked about tweed with that Eddie Bauer earlier. So here is a tweed Brooks Brothers. It's not a special blend. There's actually no blend to it. It's got a couple things going for it. Number one, it's Brooks Brothers. Number two, it's got this herringbone tweed. Number three, it's got these leather buttons. So that's what it has going for it. And that's why it sold for $48. I took a best offer. It's going out in a Tyvek envelope. Again, always new eyes. I fold these and roll these. Fold them and roll them. At New Westfield Goodwill. Oh, dang. You're local. That's right. Oh, my gosh. Don't tell me that. I haven't thrifted. I thrifted a little bit yesterday. I haven't thrifted for like 2 weeks. And I'm having twitches about it. No, I need a list. But tomorrow I'm doing a 9 to 9 12-hour day thrift with, if you guys know who the bearded thrifter is, his actual name is Chris, and another reseller. We're going 12 to 12 in Indy. We're hitting them all. And if you're not from Indy, that's how many thrift stores we have in the Indy area, and they're almost all Goodwill. They're about all Goodwill. That's Goodwill runs our city. I'm just waiting for a red, white, and blue to come in here, and Goodwill's going to be like, uh-oh. But there we go. That sold for $48. Took best offer. Good morning, Angela. Let's see. Laugh out loud. I listed it for $74.99. What I say, $72.99? I have no idea what they go for, but we're on the same page. But that means we both know the prices, right? How many different resources, thrift places do you have to hit in a week? Our tiny town on the West Coast has one Goodwill and thrift store. I'm sorry, I didn't even read that yet, but just answered that, I guess. So we have enough to go from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., and I can go in and out pretty quick. That's how many thrift stores. Plus, we have 3 bins. Plus, I love doing retail arbitrage. If I came to Indy, I would need 2 full days to do the thrifts. If I didn't want to even hit the same thrift store. So these are just cool pants. They actually, on the inside pocket, they don't have the name of what they are. A lot of the cool pants do. But these are a nylon pant. I sold these for $31.39. That's an auto pusher sale. Again, do you guys have auto pusher? I love auto pusher. I picked up a vintage LL Bean bomber jacket 2 weeks ago, paid $20, sold for $300 a few days ago. Yes. LL Bean leather bomber jackets are money. I'm guessing it had like that fur Sherpa maybe right here. Okay, so there's a huge following for LL Bean that's unique and vintage, and Polo Ralph Lauren, as you all know, that's unique and vintage. In fact, today I'm going to a bulk buy of double RL. So I'm really excited about that. We'll see if we can make a good deal, but I bought a whole bunch before from the guy. So here we go. That's going out ground. Let's see. Geez, an argument for living closer to civilization, I suppose. You know what? I would say this. You can source. You're right. There's other places to source. For example, I'm not sure. I'm just saying I have a whatnot this Sunday at 8 p.m. and I have tons. I'm going to make a story about it. Everything I'm starting at $1. Literally, my method with women's clothing now. I'm going to thrift it. I'm going to put it in whatnot for $1. Sudden death, like 15 or 20 seconds. Last time, some stuff went for dirt cheap that I could have made 3 times my money on eBay. So there's other ways to source. Otherwise, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. They're like high bids are a really good place to get stuff. Polo Country is one to look out for. Yeah, Polo Country. I haven't sold one of those in a long time. So we talk about lines, double RL, Purple Label, Denim and Supply. There's one called Polo Country. That one's like from the 90s. It's a good one too. So many resellers in Indy now. When I started in 2009, there wasn't that many. No, I know, Paul. I didn't start thrifting clothing in 2009. I did that in 2016. And there's definitely a crew of them. But yeah, so many now. But we've done it for so long that people fall off. People buy stuff. They make mistakes. They don't want to hold on, sit on all the inventory, sit on all the money. It's if you can stay reselling after a year, I feel like you're going to stick with it. These are Silver Tab jeans. They sold for $39.99. The condition wasn't the best, so that's why I sold them for $39. A lot of times they sell closer to $50 for me. But Silver Tab Levi jeans. So obviously look for the Silver Tab. These always do well. They're vintage, like Y2K-ish. Look for Polo Country, yeah. Good morning from Northeast Ohio. Northeast Ohio, what is up? You guys are probably having the weather we had yesterday. It was really cold. Or it might have been, you're not too far away. It might be gone by now. But yeah, what's up, Northeast Ohio? You're my neighbor. We're neighbors. So $39.99 to Dylan. Again, as you know, I'm just checking my inventory or checking my, making sure it's going the right place. Let's see. Love answering questions. Where is Whatnot done? Okay, so Whatnot, I know a lot of people, anyone I ask like around, have you heard of Whatnot? No. So in my link tree, if you're on Facebook or YouTube, I have a link tree. And it's on my page. You'll see it. It'll say link tree. You click on that and it takes you to all my things, like all my social media, all the products I use, and my Whatnot. And if you're new to Whatnot, they give you $15 free if you sign up through my link. Because I'm an affiliate, you get $15 free to use on the show. But Whatnot's another place to source. If you can get into shows where there's not a ton of people or people aren't looking for certain items, you can get stuff for dirt cheap. The other day, K-Way got a polo for, if you guys follow K-Way, for $7. A Lululemon men's polo for $7. I was in there with him. So you just, Whatnot's a really good place to source. and maybe possibly sell someday. I'm definitely let's see. I shop, surf, thrift, whatnot. Oh, cool. Thanks. Appreciate it. By the way, I loaded my show. It's pretty much loaded. I am giving away $100 gift card, MSRP $100. It's funny because everyone's always like MSRP on this shirt. The MSRP is $100 on a $100 gift card, but I'm not telling you what the gift card's for. It's a surprise, but it is on brand for me. I'm definitely on the new wave. Started this year in November, full-time job with benefits. I try to do it here and there for a vacation fund and maybe pay some insurance, life and auto. You know what, Charlie? To be honest, if it were pre-2020, I would probably still be teaching right now, especially if they were paying more. I would still be teaching because the job I had before 2020 was really good. It gave me time to do everything. I loved it. Came home, didn't have stress, and I could do all this. And then it completely changed when teachers were quitting left and right, and I was being pulled in every direction and wasn't happy, wasn't getting paid enough. That's when it changed. So I think it's the best side hustle. Just talking to my wife about that last night. Best side hustle. Another Polo Ralph Lauren. What is this? The third one we've done? And this one sold for, geez, what happened to that? Solds. This one sold for $18.14. So that was via promoted listings. Definitely Christmas colors. Check that out. Christmas colors. Should probably fold that a little bit nicer. It's freezing. Yes, Bobby is freezing. In Northeast Ohio. Yeah, it's freezing. Just I want to be in Florida. I'm totally a warm weather guy. I know some people like I can't stand it. Not me. I'll take warm weather all day, every day. So I'll take the humidity compared to the really cold. Cold. All right. So everything so far has been kind of stuff you've seen. Let's do a Carhartt, which is next in line. Oh no. So I grabbed this Eddie Bauer from upstairs. So I'm gonna have to grab the Carhartt and not the Eddie Bauer. So we're gonna put that one to the side. I'll do that one later. All my jackets are hanging in the closet upstairs. I hang all my jackets up. Good morning, Sean. I was wondering if you could help me know how I can pack cowboy boots if I don't have the boxes. Ooh. So cowboy boots, you really don't want to fold them too much. You almost need to go buy a box. I hate to say that, but I feel like you almost need to buy a box if you have cowboy boots. You really don't want to fold those. You can I have that big box that I did like this. A lot of times they can fit in here and you just get a little bend in them, but you probably going to have to buy a box. Whenever I sell cowboy boots, which I do, I end up getting a box or an Amazon box that's weird and wacky shape that my wife had. So you don't have the link on YouTube. Do I not have a link on YouTube? Let me see. So if I go to my YouTube channel, I might not. I thought I did. Surfs Up Finds, view channel. So if you look on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, you go to my page right there. It says right here, as a former teacher, I'm here to teach. Click on that. And at the bottom is my link tree. So at the bottom of that is my link tree. It should be right there. It'll say link tree on there. Hopefully that works for you. If not, it's on the other platforms too. Let's see. Ever hear of the brand Stio? Yes. Grabbed a women's long sleeve tech shirt from the bins and it sold for $19.99 in a day. Stio is a great brand. STIO. Men's Pearl Snap Stio shirts will sell for like $60. So definitely a brand to be on the lookout for. Is Stio the brand and Queen? Is Stio the brand with the it looks like a pine cone, an outline of a pine cone. I'm pretty sure that's the logo or the hit. How much is Auto Posture? I have over 300 items on eBay. It's probably worth it for you then, Brenda. So it's $35 a month, but it also works with Poshmark and Mercari, but I only use it for eBay. And I don't know if I've talked about it before, but what it does, it sends out offers automatically to anyone that looks at your item or watches your item. You don't have to do that. And you can control how much. Like right now, I'm doing 10% during December. So anyone that looks at my item, they get a 10% offer right away. It's for like 2 days, and you can write a nice note with that. And it also delist, relist, which is the biggest thing, because if your item just keeps relisting automatically, it keeps the same item ID and it moves down in the algorithms. When it delist, relist, it pushes it up, and eBay is showing eBay that you're constantly listing new items. So auto posture, and auto posture's got some new things coming too. Not a lot to talk about it yet, but same thing with me. I quit my job during the pandemic. I've always resold for 20 years in some form. Yep, Bobby. Same thing. I think a lot of people quit. It's unfortunate, but I couldn't go back to doing that for how much they paid. I couldn't. Walmart sells cheap boxes. Yes. It'll be like $1 at Walmart. Exactly. Walmart sells cheap boxes. Lowe's boxes are a little bit too big for cowboy boots. Or USPS, if you order free boxes from the website, they will ship them to you. Yes. So all the free boxes, these are shoe boxes. They won't fit cowboy boots, but there are boxes you can get that would probably fit. If you just go to USPS.com and make an account, doesn't cost anything. You can ship whatever items, shipping supplies they have to your house for free, but you have to ship it that method. Those are priority. I have to ship priority. Do you go live sometimes on TikTok and it doesn't save here? I think I missed yesterday's because I was watching K-Way Shop. I do. So what I'll start doing, I used to do it more often. I would stick an earpiece in my ear and go live thrifting. And I'm going to do it more often. I talk to my wife, and then I can download it onto Facebook and YouTube. The problem is when I go live thrifting, you can hear the music in the background, and that's copyrighted, and I get in trouble. And I don't want to get kicked off, and I can't talk to you guys. So let's get back to eBay. Let's get back to what sold. The Carhartt, put that to the side. Vineyard Vines. I don't pick up a ton of Vineyard Vines anymore, but I picked this up. It's a performance, just a little vest, little polo, or actually it's a full zip vest. But I do like Vineyard Vines Performance. It's a golf. If it didn't have this feather, which is a local golf course, I would have probably sold this for closer to $30. I sold it instead for $19.99 plus ship. So I could have sold it. I could have put it at around 25 and sat on it longer. I listed this like a week and a half ago, but it had that little logo on it, which isn't desirable. So I listed it a little bit cheaper. Connor, going to Connor. Let's make sure. Yep, going to Connor. Let's see. Pine cone. Yes, Queen. So Stio has the pine cone. It's got a little pine cone hit logo, whatever. I don't have any because it sells so quick. You should consider expanding beyond clothing. Charlie, so again, I sold antiques and collectibles for so long that is where my heart is. I love antiques and collectibles, but our Goodwills, they're trained in the back. Anything that's worth $25 or more, they pull. And their highest pay, I think their best employees at Goodwill are the people who pull the items in the back to put on shopgoodwill.com. So all the good golf clubs, all the good toys, all the good hard goods, anything antique usually does not slip by. So I can't source those things. If I'm at an estate sale, I will. Oh, and shoes. Very rarely do I get shoes now. So I can't, I had to adapt, and I'm stuck to the clothing. But I will go out of my way to garage sales and stuff, or people call me from the old estate world who know me and have paintings or whatever, collectibles. Like today, I'm going to get some good brands of clothing. That's another story. Here's a Robert Graham that I sold. It's got that jacquard print, so it looks blue from back here, but if you come close, there's a little bit of print to it. This one sold for $34.99. I just listed this last week. And I know a lot of people might list that at like 50 or so, but I have been at TJ Maxx and Marshall's recently quite a bit. And I've seen quite a bit of Robert Graham there, so I want to be careful how much I do it. Picked up Danbury Mint Roswell Christmas tree for $15. It's absurd looking. Probably going to sell it for over $500. Yes, that is awesome. I'd love to find stuff like that. Danbury Mint. I've sold a ton of like cars of Danbury Mint, actually on consignment for people. I don't know if my Goodwill is good at that. Yeah, so it's hard for me to get stuff. Trust me, I know my hard goods as far as antiques, collectibles, fine, just good quality items. You guys saw my video of like shoes. you just know good items, good quality when you feel it, when you see it, sort of thing. Make that 45-minute drive and come pick my warehouse, man. Make that 45-minute drive and come pick my warehouse. Paul, that warehouse, does that have good stuff? But you're in the reselling game too. I want to get the people who don't resell and they don't have an avenue. Like today, I can be like, well, there's not an avenue. I mean, you can sell the clothes yourself if you want. But here is a running Nike. Actually, these sell really well for me. I just listed 2 more last night because this sold. I'm like, oh, let me grab the other ones I have and I'm gonna list those so I can list similar. It took me like 2 seconds. This sold for $18.99. Again, like the price of a polo, these Nike running quarter zips. These cost me $4.99. Should be going to Andy. And it sold for $18.99. Liked your men's shoe video. Thanks. Yeah, it was a different one. Right? Because where I live, again, they're not putting out the really nice shoes. And sometimes they do, and they price them really, really high. So you have to find those shoes that the thrift stores don't know about. The best brands, a lot of times you'll find on the floor at the thrift store, not Gucci and stuff, like those weird brands that like selvage jeans that are handmade in North Carolina or South Carolina or wherever it is. You know, the thrift stores don't know that brand, so they're going to throw it out there. But yeah, that's kind of the point of that video. Look for the quality stuff, quality made. Vineyard Vines, another pullover. So, well, the other one was a full zip. This one's a pullover. Vineyard Vines on the back, just a simple quarter zip pullover, sold for $23.95. That's an auto posture sale through eBay, since that's the only place I sell, really. Let's see. Postal rates increased January 21st, 5%. Yes, across everything. But priority flat rate is not going away as yet rumored. No, it's not. And if you're, I don't know how many people are new, but the Postal Service usually increase their prices twice a year, at least once a year. So I've dealt with it every single year. It's just part of it. Every year they increase the prices, and it's been on a plan. Like they've had an improvement plan to get more revenue, and so they're just going to continue to raise prices. It's just part of it. But you're not going to get paid anymore. Let's see. Goodwill has their own online store where they sell the items that are worth big money. Yes, Denise. Shopgoodwill.com. I know a guy who sources from there, but not very much. And agree, if you go on there, stuff goes for more than eBay a lot of times. So I don't know what the deal is with that. But yeah, it's called shopgoodwill.com. They got smart and they made their own website. So, I mean, I can't blame them. They're trying to make money, so good for them. But we're left with what we get. So like these nickel and dime items, LL Bean flannel sold for $19.99. If you watch my last video, I sold 1 or 2 of these. This is going out ground. But man, love the conversation today. Love talking to my peeps. I got some good stuff coming too. More expensive items are coming. More expensive items. By the way, last week was I've said it before, my best payout. And I get paid out on Tuesdays, which means it gets to my account on Wednesday, which was today. And that was nice to see. A lot of that was that retail arbitrage, though. So it's good to get that money back because you pay up for it. Here's a women's down. Again, I'm only putting women's stuff in my whatnots from now on, but I still have stuff in my store. Women's down vest. I think this is a 550 fill. Yeah, 550 down fill. Just a women's down vest. It's more of a blue. It's like a blue color. And it sold for $35.99. $35.99. Going to put this in one of these to pack it up. And then it's going in a Tyvek envelope. Going in a Tyvek. So put these in one of these, get all the air out of it, tighten it up. Usually I put a piece of tape on it, and then I will put it in here. But going back to the live thrifting, I used to go live thrifting, guys, like 5 times a day. 5 times a day. And it was a blast. But I wasn't getting much work done, so I slowed that down. But I'm going to get back into live thrifting. And my thrift stores are probably just like everyone else's, where you don't see a lot of good items all the time. So it's it's the real world. It's the real experience. So, but this sold again, going in a Tyvek envelope. Sold that for $35.99. Men's, actually, I had an offer this morning. Men's down North Face vests always sell for twice as much almost than women's. I don't know why. Do you ever get your wife to join you on Whatnot? Yes. So I've only done one Whatnot show. Everyone's been asking me to do one for a long time, and she helped me with the last one, but as of now, I'm not sure if she's going to help me with this one. We'll see. I need her help though. Woohoo! Women's Whatnot Sunday already sold the Lululemon leggings I got from you last time, Audrey. There you go. I want to make sure people get good deals or get it for themselves. So, like a good deal for themselves. But that's awesome. Yeah, I have I don't know how many pieces of Lululemon. A ton. And everything I put in my Whatnot is good quality. I did put that, if you saw that picture of that vintage Colors of Bennington sweatshirt that I found yesterday, I'm putting that in the Whatnot for $1 too, because it's women's. I thought it'd be fun. So here's a prime example of shoes that I had for a while. These are just some kid shoes, and I had these for a while, and they weren't selling. So I've been going through when I sit down, I have downtime, I'll go through stuff, and things that I see that I haven't sold for a while, I'll just price cheaper. And I think I had these at like $37.99 or $34.99. I priced them at $24.99. They sold in a day. So whatever. I might have undersold them, but guess what? That money was sitting there, and now I have $25 I can go buy 4 or 5 items with. Where do you get these clear bags? Someone asked me that the other day. These are just from Costco. So no link in my link tree or anything. These are just Costco. And they're actually, so these are called the waste basket liners. So these are kitchen bags. The kitchen bags are much bigger. You can get a lot more bang for your buck with these. So these are great for just like those jackets and shoes, just to make sure you keep the moisture out or whatever. I've never had any issues with that. But these are great little bags. And obviously, you guys know I don't pre-bag anything. So I only use these for certain items. Let's see. What are your top things to look for when you retail arbitrage? That's a really hard question for me. I look for really good deals on clearance, to be honest, and look for the brands that I'm talking about here. But it's just that after you do it so much, you have that eye of unique. So I bought, if you watched my last video where I sold like 50 items or shipped 50 items, you saw those Patagonia fleece jackets that I got new with tags. They were camo. Camo sells. So those were unique. They were a good price. I knew I could flip them quick if I undercut everybody. Everyone was selling those at like 170. They were listed for 170, 175. I priced mine at 135, and I've sold 4 of the 5 within a week. Actually, it's been exactly a week today. I'm a pre-K teacher. As you said, unfortunately, teachers don't get paid enough for teaching. I resell to make a little more money. I'm hoping to be as successful as you at reselling. You will be, Denise. It takes time, and it doesn't. Appreciate you sticking with it. I love kids, and I know you do too. You can't, when you have 2 kids and it's hard. It's honestly, it's paycheck to paycheck, like going into debt. If I didn't have this job and we were both teachers, my wife's a teacher, we would be in debt right now. No doubt in my mind. Next item that sold was $89.99. So this is just a Patagonia puffer. It is, I don't know if it's down or not. Either way, Patagonia men's like jacket right here sold for $89.99. So I kept having people offer me, I had best offer on it. No, because I knew it would bring this because I priced it. A lot of people have these at around 100 or so. So I just had $89.99, and this sold within probably 2 weeks because I listed these together. Again, just do one of these things. And this is actually going in a padded flat red envelope. So I'm going to fold it a little bit tighter. Let's see. Yes, that sweater is so fun. My daughter is 17, and they love all the 80s, 90s stuff. I know. It's funny because I have neighbor kids that are in high school, whatever, and they know what I do. So it used to be like they want the Lululemon. They all want something different because I don't understand. But you know, like when you get Vineyard Vines when they were like 5th grade, when you get Lululemon in middle school, Now, when they're in high school, right now at least, they want the baggy stuff. And one of them came up to me the other day and was like, if you ever find Coogee, will you let me know? If you ever find Coogee, will you let me know? I'm like, listen, I don't find Coogee very often. And if I do, it's expensive. So it's funny. You're right. You're right. What's up, Blended Oasis? Gotcha. Need a sponsor for that from Costco. I know. It's funny. Ethan and Wayne and I were talking yesterday about like affiliates and stuff and how YouTube gets so much, like the creators on YouTube, they get so many affiliates or whatever. But like on other platforms, when people have a ton of followers and a ton of active followers like me and you guys, that there's not a whole lot of affiliates, which is fine. It's whatever. But, you know, to get like some bags for free or whatever and shout out Costco, that's, you know, it'd be cool. But anyways, J.Crew, this is a Fair Isle sweater. Fair Isle sweater, new with tags. I actually have two of them. Here's the other one. This one is not as attractive. It's new with tags. It's a quarter zip. It looks nice, but this is what people like. The multicolor. This is wool. It's sold in 2 or 3 days. I listed both of these recently. $69.99 for J.Crew. So there's your J.Crew. J.Crew is one of those brands that I will look at quite often. It's probably my favorite mall brand. There's how I'll fold it. This is going out in a flat rate envelope. Actually a Tyvek envelope, but I'm going to put it in a Poly Miller like this first. Make sure it's going out to the right person too. Let's see. I hit the Kobe stock drop yesterday. Paid $190 for $600 within 3 hours. Paul, did you get the reverse Grinches? We were doing, so there's a podcast coming out with Ethan, Kway, and I on Ethan's channel dealing with Dalton. And during that, it was at 2. We were in the drop for it. None of us got them. You're so lucky, Paul. Guys, pay attention to those sneaker drops. If you're looking for resale, there's ones out there like the ones that came out yesterday, the Kobe Grinches, that you can obviously, he like tripled his money within like a few hours. All right, so this is going out in this. Let me make sure I'm sticking with it. Got to stick with it. Going out to Catherine. Did Catherine give something for her boyfriend or hubby? Or maybe she just wanted it for herself. I don't know. That's so funny because I'm a teacher as well. Sean, we're all teachers. Are you teaching right now? Are you on your prep? What are you doing right now? Are you being like me and watching people content? No, I actually didn't watch a ton of content after the pandemic. That's why I'm new to TikTok and everything. And then as a teacher, you know, if you're a teacher, I didn't want to do content, which I should have done a long time ago, but I didn't want to because I say one thing and someone can use it against me and you get fired as a teacher in a heartbeat. So Levi's, this is a really bad size. 29 by 30 is not a good size to have, but they're new with tags. As I always say, any Levi's new with tags, I pay $7.99 for. I will pick them up. I don't care the size. I don't care the model. $7.99 new with tags. I'll pick them up. These sold for $24.99. So if they weren't that size, they would have probably, what are they? $5.50. They would have probably sold for like $27.99. These are going to go out padded flat rate. Padded flat rate. Yep. Yeah, I got them. Size 13. Dang. That's probably a lot. I don't know. Maybe there's less. I did size 12. That's my size. I was going to keep them. I wasn't going to resell them. On my way to school because I live in California. Oh, Sean, California is so expensive to live and teachers get paid even less. I feel for you. I feel for you. Appreciate what you do. Appreciate you. All right. Kathleen got these too. I think we're doing a lot of Christmas shopping over here. New with tag stuff? I don't know. All right. This is a Duluth hardware full zip jacket. It's sold for $24.99. So Duluth, I'll pick up certain Duluth. Duluth used to do much better for me. Doesn't do as well anymore, but this is called Alaskan Hard Gear. It's a brand of Duluth. So a lot of times people will see that and they don't know what it is. But that logo right there, or that hit, is Duluth. It's like a line of their Duluth. They sell it at their stores. A little bit more rugged. But I paid, so these jackets are actually $5.99. I know earlier in the video I talked about prices. $5.99 for lightweight jackets. This should be going out in a Tyvek. Yep. And it should be going to Rodney. It is. We still have more. So I still have 4 items that sold while I was getting these things this morning. So we're going to go through those as well. Let's see. Boom. All right. So these items are a little bit different. Let me get on here and make sure I have the right stuff pulled up. All right. So here's an item. Never found this brand before. Reminded me a lot of Robert Graham. So from back here, it looks black, but up close, it's got that jacquard print. You see that? And it's like a black and blue Visconti. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever seen this brand before. It's got like a velour. It just had that Robert Graham vibe, velour. Looked it up. Comps were pretty good for this style. So I sold it for $18.99. So probably not a brand to be on the lookout for. There you go. Anti-bolo. But that's going to Scott. And that sold this morning. Let's find Scott. Scott's right here. And that's going out. That's right. I put it in a padded flat rate because it was delicate. Those buttons are delicate. But yeah, so tomorrow, again, I'm going to be 12 to 12. I don't know if I'll go live thrifting tomorrow because we're going to be hitting it hard, but I might. We'll see. Next item is a Polo Ralph Lauren 3XB jacket. So Polo Ralph Lauren 3XB like track jacket. And this sold, I took a best offer of $35. The person kept going back and forth. They started at 20. Like, nah, no. Stuck to 35. Like, got down to the last offer. You guys know how it goes. Last offer. And you took it. So where did that go? Oh, right here. All right. And that's going to Michael. So Michael, there we go. Let's see. Will you please tell me how to send offers to people who view your item on eBay? Can't figure it out. So Denise, I use Autoposher. So I talk about it all the time, but it's honestly, I have 1,300 items in my store. Even if I had like 300 items, it's an awesome like assistant. And it automatically sends offers out to you. But if you want to send offers, I think you can go to, there's a bulk edit or like offer tab somewhere where you can bulk offer at a certain percent now. I'm not for sure because I haven't done it because I have Autoposher. I wish I could tell you, but I haven't done that in a long time. Next thing I sold, this guy again was trying to get me like down. Pair of South Pole jeans. I sold 2 in November this month for $69.99 each. So that's what I've been pricing them at. If they just have like a regular hit like that, $69.99. And the guy kept trying to haggle me. And I told him, I said, I've sold 2 already for $69 this month. I can't take much less. So I sold them for $62.99. So $62.99 on those. And those should be going out here. And that's going to New York. How about that? Going to New York. I do love New York. I would love to go to New York this time of year with all the lights and everything. That would be cool. So I've gone in the summer and I love Central Park, but I've never gone this time of year. Love to go there. People talk about the Rockettes and stuff. I mean, I guess I could go watch them. I'm going to put a thank you note on this one too. Just because I just saw those, I forgot about them. But there that is. Going. And then last thing I sold. Here we go. We'll save the best for last. Abercrombie and Fitch. So this is Y2K. How do you know it's Y2K? Because I used to wear this stuff. Abercrombie and Fitch, just Hawaiian camp shirt. They're called, I don't know why they're called camp shirts, but they're called camp shirts. So Hawaiian camp shirt. This one sold for, let's see. This one sold for $20.77. So that's an Autoposher sale. $20 for an Abercrombie shirt. What? You kidding me? So yeah, be on the lookout for Y2K Abercrombie. Or anything that screams Abercrombie. Usually does pretty well. And then I need to pick up that Carhartt from upstairs, which is my last thing that I sold, and then I'll be able to take this stuff to the postal service or post office. So that is it. 29 items. 28. We didn't get to 29 because it's upstairs. My new fave, Abercrombie and Fitch. Yes. Let me show you. So you guys always know I have stuff right here. So Abercrombie and Fitch. Oh, these are Hollister. I get Hollister camo. For the record, only Hollister camo cargos. But I love getting the cargo shorts from Abercrombie. If you can get Abercrombie cargo shorts, they always sell well. So these cost $3.99 for me. Again, I only get camo Hollister. If you get camo Abercrombie, it's 50 plus for those in used condition. So that's all I got for you today, everybody. Thanks for coming in. I'll probably do another live pack at some point, maybe Friday or something, Saturday. But I do have a Whatnot show. Don't forget, you get some good deals on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So appreciate you guys. Have a really good day. Hope you have great sales. Really think they'll start picking up here coming in the next couple of weeks, even more. So you're going to see that December effect. It's going to be nice. And I'm going to also tell you, January has always been a good month for me on eBay. So just a lot of people think January is not a good month. For me, it's always been a good month. So we'll see. You're welcome, Cindy. You're welcome, everyone. Have a good day. I don't thank you. Wait, you're just out saying hi? All right, guys. I'll see y'all later. Have